or more Americans have safely left Afghanistan, departing the country via an overland route with the acquiescence of the controlling Taliban. That's according to a State Department official on Monday. While the Taliban have blocked flights carrying more Americans and Afghans who want to leave the country, a senior State Department official said the Taliban did not impede the overland passage of the four individuals and was aware of their departure. The official announced the operation shortly before Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Doha to thank Qatari officials for their assistance. Qatar is acting as a midway point for thousands of Americans and Afghans who were flown to safety out of Kabul in late August. The official said the four people were greeted by embassy personnel after crossing the Afghan border, but did not say what country they entered. Meanwhile, after his stop in Qatar, the Secretary of State is on a trip that will take him to Germany. There he will engage in talks with U.S. allies on the end of the 20-year war in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, the Taliban says road links to Panjshir Valley are now open and food and other supplies can now be transported. The insurgent group said they'd taken over the valley, ending remnants of resistance against their rule. Shortly after, the group said electricity, cell phone, and internet services would be restored. The Taliban have taken over the provincial capital and the governor's compound in the valley and shared videos of their fighters in the provincial capital. Meanwhile, in an audio message on his Facebook page, resistance leader Ahmad Massoud said his forces are still present in Panjshir and will continue to fight the Taliban. Earlier in the day, pro-resistance Twitter accounts claimed the fighters retreated to the mountains to regroup but will continue to fight. Militants armed with machetes, sticks, and clubs killed at least 30 villagers in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. That's according to officials and a witness. The fighters are suspected to be members of the Islamist-inspired Allied Democratic Forces. They raided Makutano in North Kivu province early on Saturday, according to officials who spoke to Reuters news agency. One villager said his son woke him when the militants struck. His son then tried to run away, but fell into an ambush and was killed. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the raid. The ADF, which was formed in neighboring Uganda and says it is allied with Islamic State, seldom makes public statements. Somalia's prime minister suspended the intelligence chief on Monday. The move prompted a public rebuke from the president and highlighted growing divisions at the heart of the political elite. Analysts said the suspension was triggered by a dispute over investigations into an unsolved murder. Analysts also pointed to a deeper power struggle that could further destabilize a country already riven by militant attacks and clan rivalries. The prime minister said he had told Fahad Yassin to step aside for failing to deliver a report on the murder of one of the agency's personnel. Soon after, President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed issued his own statement calling the prime minister's move unconstitutional. Somalia's police chief called an emergency meeting on Monday. Officers told Reuters on condition of anonymity. They didn't go into any further detail. Cuba announced Monday that it's begun inoculating children as young as 2 for the COVID-19 with domestically produced vaccines. State-run media said the goal of the campaign is to vaccinate at least 90% of the population. At least about half the population, has had one shot, and about one-third has had 2 shots, according to government data. Cuba has recorded an average of about 7,000 new coronavirus cases a day over the past 7 days. This, according to the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center. With a population of more than 11 million, it has one of the highest coronavirus rates in the world. The Cuban vaccines have not been recognized by the World Health Organization. And people who fled South Lake Tahoe under threat of a wildfire have been trickling back home, but many shops remained dark Monday despite the holiday weekend, and the town's normally bustling streets also remained quiet. Evacuation orders were downgraded Sunday to warnings for the mountain resort town that straddles the border between the U.S. states of Nevada and California.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.